Good morning and welcome to the Costa Toscana and welcome to Rome. Actually, welcome to Civitivecchia. Rome is 50 miles over there. That means that Civitivecchia is the second worst cruise port in Europe. The number one worst cruise port in Europe is Le Havre, France, because it's advertised as Paris, but Paris is 120 miles away from the port. I'm not going to Rome today, so I thought I would take this opportunity to give you the full tour of the Costa Toscana. It is the 10th biggest cruise ship in the entire world, and I'm on an 8-day Mediterranean cruise in December. It is chilly today. Today is day 4, so let me give you the full tour. Today's video starts on deck 18, but we are actually going to start from the bottom and make our way to the top. So I will see you on deck 5. And our ship tour can begin. By the way, we are starting on deck 5 because everything below deck 5 is for crew only. So nothing exciting to see. Nothing exciting to see on deck 5, to be honest. It's just one main dining room. And we can take a sneak peek. It is 11 a.m. so we are between breakfast and lunch. So nobody is here right now, but we can take a little look. Very, very, very nice dining rooms on this ship. It is an Italian ship. Costa is an Italian cruise line, so of course everything is absolutely beautiful. Quick disclaimer, it is 11 o'clock on a port day, so the ship might not seem busy because most people are off the ship, but trust me, it's very, very busy. Huge ship, 6,500 passengers. Here we go, here we go. This is a brand new ship, started sailing in 2022, so it's only a few years old and you can definitely tell it. Deck 6 also has a complimentary dining room, and here is one of the lift areas, and every single lift area is going to have one of these. It's going to tell you where everything is on the ship because it is a very, very, very big ship. The first thing you're going to notice is this ship is extremely colorful. It is not a traditional ship because they're not usually this colorful, but we have found the photo gallery all over the ship. There is going to be photographers taking your photographs, and then you can decide which ones you want to purchase. I wanted to do this ship tour a few days into my cruise just so I have experience all around the ship, so I can give you my opinion, good and bad. And the photographers on this ship, they're very, very, very friendly, because I've been on ships and they're very, very aggressive because of course they have quotas to meet and they have to get a certain amount of photos every day. But photographers on this ship are very nice. They have a lot of these machines where you just come, scan your card, and you can look up your pictures. Passing by another one of those complimentary dining rooms. Not going to talk about dining rooms that often in this video, to be honest, because I haven't been to any of them. Watch the previous videos why I have not been to any of the dining rooms, not even the main dining room. They have some of those more machines here. These ones are actually for excursions. So if you want to book any tours for the ports, then this is where you come. Again, with the colors, everywhere you go, you are just going to see colors. Here is the international host, so if you need someone that speaks English, then you can come and find the English host. Here is my tours again. You can book some excursions. For some reason, people don't think to book their excursions in advance, and this place gets very, very, very busy. I am filming this video on December 17, 2025. So of course it is Christmas time. So here are the Christmas trees. And also on deck 6 is this. This is the Colloseo, and this is going to be instead of the atrium. There is no atrium on this ship. This is where they have some shows. And yes, it might look beautiful and you might think it's such a good idea to have a circular arena, but trust me, it's not a good theater because there are 99% of the seats here, they're bad seats. So I'm definitely gonna show you what I mean because it looks very nice, but it's not very practical. But this is where they have some shows. And right next to the Colloseo, they have a bar and a cafe here. Of course, Italian ship, people are getting their morning coffees. The gangway to exit the ship is right there on deck 6, so it's chilly here. Welcome to the Leonardo Grand Bar. This is where they have trivias, this is where they have dance classes, and they have some bands and musicians in the evening. This ship is massive, like I said, and there's going to be so much seating all around this ship, which is great because of course you have a lot of people, a lot of passengers on this cruise, so you need to fit everybody in, right? But just check this out. It is massive, it is very, very, very nice, and that is the Leonardo Grand Bar. There is also a cafe and a bar here in the corner. I am now on deck 7 and I can show you the arena. So the arena and the Colloseo are the two main venues on this ship, but they both have exactly the same problem, and I actually cannot believe that Costa built the arenas like this. Let me show you what I mean, because it looks beautiful, right? Very, very nice arena, and I have watched a few shows here, but again, it has the same problem as the Colloseo. I think the dance team, entertainment team are rehearsing right now, but as you can see, it's very nice, right? Let me show you the problem, because I'm gonna go sit right at the back here. Let's say I have this seat. Let me show you the view from here. You can see absolutely nothing. You can hardly see the stage. You can't see anything on the floor. So 99% of these seats over here, they're bad seats. It is extremely surprising that Costa approved this theater and the Colloseo, because there are so many bad seats. You have to get here 30 minutes, 40 minutes before the show just to get a decent seat. If you come here 10 minutes before the show, it's not even worth coming, because you can't see anything. 2 nights ago, there was a Michael Jackson show and all the dancers were dancing on this stage here. So if you're sitting up here, it's pointless because you can't see anything. And I can't believe Costa did this. But when there is a show here, they do put seats on the ground here. So of course that is the best place to sit, but that is the arena. Come down to deck 6 to give you another example of the bad seating. But of course you want to be down here to get a good view. But let's say I come in late and unfortunately I get the seat that is back here on deck 6. Let's say I get this seat and I'm sitting here and you can see absolutely nothing. Hardly see the stage. You can't see anything on the floor. Costa, what are you doing? I can't believe you did this. It's so bad. It's so bad. Let's continue on deck 7. Here are some shops. Again, it's just the general shops that you get on cruise ships. Souvenirs, watches, perfume, clothes, and of course all duty free. And there is a bar here on deck 7. Look how colorful this ship is. And then on the left side over here, we're going to see guest services, which on this ship is called the reception. Avoid guest services on any ship that you go on, because it is bad news. It's not a good, nice place to go. Don't go there unless you absolutely have to. Here is next cruise. Book your next cruise with Costa. And there is the reception. Don't go there unless you have to. Trust me, don't go there. Just going to keep it running. You can just see how colorful this ship is. Just passing by Sushimi, which is the sushi place, and it leads to the Campari bar, which is very, very red. It's a beautiful bar, and then it leads right to the Colloseo again. And I'm just going to give you another example. Let's say I come in and this is my seat. They're not great seats, to be honest. The stage is there, the floor is there, and 10% of the seats are good. Not even joking, 10%. So you have to come very, very early. And there is the Costa Toscana in all of its glory. It is a huge, massive ship, and my cabin is right there at the front of the ship on deck 9. This video is going to end inside my cabin. By the way, Costa definitely knows that there's so many bad seats at the Colloseo, because they put screens here just so people can actually watch the show, because if you're here, you can't see anything. It's crazy they designed it that way. I can't believe it. And we are entering another bar. All of these bars and restaurants, they have Italian names, so I struggle to pronounce them. So I'm just going to call it the bar, the restaurant, the arena. But they do have musicians here every night. It's very calm and peaceful. So if you want to chill, then come to this bar. And then we are entering the casino, which is a very, very nice casino. 1, it's massive, but number 2, it's non-smoking. I hate smoking casinos. It is disgusting, but there is no smoking at all in this casino. 1, 2, 3, 4 roulette tables. This casino has been extremely busy every single night. They have a lot of slots. Going to the other side of the ship now because they have more. It's a very spread out casino. More slot machines. They have the electronic roulette. The casino is going to lead into the arcade. I think arcades on ships are pointless because they are extremely expensive. I don't know why every single arcade on every single ship is very, very expensive, but there is the arcade. I guess if you want to drop the kids off, go play in the arcade, then you could definitely do that. Some more shops here. Again, just the general stuff that you're going to see, souvenirs and stuff, and that is going to lead right into one of my favorite places, which is the Carlsberg Club and Bistro. And this is the Rock Club. And last night I spent a few hours here listening to the rock band because they are so good. I love live music, and the standard of music on the ship is very, very nice. So the stage is there, and it's a long bar. The one on the Costa Diadema, it's very, very spread out, but this one is just a straight shot. It's a long bar. And of course you can come here and get your pub grub, get some pub food. This is not complimentary, so you will have to pay. And of course you can get your Carlsberg, which is Danish beer. And then right at the back of the ship on deck 7 is another main dining room. Let's head up to deck 8. Deck 8 has the infinity walk. You can walk around the entire ship, so that is what we're going to do right now. Here is the buffet. It's going to open in a little bit. It's not open right now, so I can show you when they open. Again, on the outside decks, there is so much seating. And if you squint, maybe you can see the Colosseum in Rome. Only joking. 50 miles away. Here is the very front of the ship, and I can show you something very interesting, which is my cabin, which is, I think it's that one there, that one on deck 9. But that is the front of the ship. Usually they have lounges and chairs out here, but it was raining this morning, so they've stacked them all up. That was their outside infinity walk. Let's enter. Still on deck 8. And we enter at the ice cream parlor. It's called Amarillo. And here is a very nice seating area. Nothing goes on back here. There's no musicians or anything. And here are some specialty dining. That was called Ferrari. Here is Archipelago. It is kind of surprising that they don't have any musicians or anything back here. I guess this is the chill area. Again, it's extremely colorful. There is Bella Vista, another specialty, and here is the sports bar. I have not seen this bar open. Maybe I need to come at the right time, but I have not seen it open. This is the very, very front of the ship on deck 8. There are some more shops. And you can definitely tell that this is a new ship because it looks very shiny. It's a very nice ship. 2022 it started sailing, so it's brand new. Also here is teppanyaki, which is hibachi style. I can just step in a little bit and show you. The chef is going to cook right in front of you. I did this on Norwegian Cruise Line. It's a very, very fun experience, and the food is incredible as well. But again, it is an upcharge. It is not included. And right next to teppanyaki is the pizza restaurant. Yes, Italian ship, you got to have pizza restaurant, right? This is a huge restaurant, but I've honestly never seen it busy. Seen a few people in there. Again, this is a specialty dining. We'll have to pay extra for the pizza restaurant. We are going to pass by the Colloseo again on deck 8. This might be one of my favorite ships because it is very, very nice. A lot of seating here, and I can show you another bad example of seating to watch the show. Let's say I come in late and I get this seat here. This is going to be my view. Can't see anything, to be honest. The stage is going to be there, and then there's going to be performers there as well. The shows that I have seen, they've had like high flyers on the wires there, so it is an extremely beautiful theater, but unfortunately too many bad seats. If I keep walking around the Colloseo, more examples of bad seats. If I'm sitting here, you literally can't see anything on the stage right there. You can see the floor a little bit, but these green seats here, they are so pointless because the stage is down there. The stage is there. So if I come in and I get this seat, it's honestly not even worth watching the show because the stage is below me and then I can't see anything on the floor. Costa, why did you do this? I've mentioned it a few times in this video, but it's pretty unbelievable. They must get so many complaints. I honestly don't know why they did it. On deck 8 is the buffet. It is going to open at 12. It is 11:30 now, so I would definitely show you when it opens. Let's head up to deck 16 because there is nothing between 8 and 16 because it's all cabins. So let's go to 16. Okay, deck 16, here is the spa. Massages. Again, it is not complimentary, so you will have to pay. Deck 16, the beach club, that is going to be the indoor pool. Here is the apple spritz bar. Very nice theming with the orange. And let's head outside. Well, let's head inside to the indoor pool. This is something that is great on Costa. Even if it's cold outside, even if it's raining outside, you still have somewhere to swim. A lot of seating up here again. Lounges, and it is very, very hot in here. It is like a sauna. And there is the pool. And down there they have the stage. They will get singers there, they will have musicians. There's hot tubs starting around. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 hot tubs. And it's very nice. On the Costa di Dema, the roof does open. This one doesn't look like it can open, so I'm not sure if it can. But that's the indoor pool. Also at the beach club they have an ice cream spot. And then here is going to be the DJ booth, where they have the entertainment team come in, play some games and do fitness classes. And then the other side is the Nutella bar. Here's where you can get crepes and cakes, and it smells so good. There is that view of Civitivecchia. This is still on deck 16. A lot of lounging areas. It's worth coming in here, even if you don't go to the pool, because it's so warm. There is a bar in the corner as well. And then the other side is street food. So burgers, hot dogs, fries. And that is not included, so you will have to pay for that. Let's head up to deck 17. Every single elevator area, it's unique, it's colorful, it's very nice. And there's a lot of elevators as well. Never usually have to wait that long. Deck 17 is the upstairs area to the indoor pool, the beach club down there. Here is the Splash Aqua Park. This is the end of the slides. There's a few slides up there. We can see it better when we head to the top deck, but this is where the slides end. And there is also another apple spritz bar, which is going to head to the back of the ship. Again, very, very colorful. Here is the bar. Not only apple spritz, but that is the theming. And here is the outdoor pool area. This is called El Forte Beach. A lot of lounges out here. There is a small pool here. There's a small pool on the other side as well. It is a family area, not adults only. Then we have some swinging chairs. And then right at the back of the ship, they have this outdoor area. Sorry, it's a little bit windy. But this outdoor area is where they have some events, games. I assume musicians when the weather is good, but there's some seating going up. On the left here is a kids play area. It's a huge area. There's actually nothing on the schedule for this area, I guess because it's December and it's chilly. They don't know what the weather's going to be like, but I bet in the summertime it's a very nice place. Deck 16, that is that outdoor area where I just was. Here is the Squawk restaurant, which I think is a really, really good idea. And then just across the way is the Squawk Club. This is the kids club. I think a kids restaurant is a good idea because the parents just let the kids run riot in the buffet. It's so dangerous. So definitely have a specialized area for the kids. Here is the elevator area right at the back of the ship, deck 16. And here is the Squawk Baby Club. So one is for teens and this one is for the babies. Walking past the baby club, we're going to go to somewhere that I have not even been yet on this ship, and that is the gym. I didn't even know it was down here. Definitely don't want to disturb people, but there is the weight room. And then down here is going to be treadmills, more machines. For some reason, the gyms on every single ship are so nice. There you go, there's the gym. I don't want to come to the gym on vacation, I just want to eat cake. I'm heading up to deck 18, but on deck 17 they have table tennis and table football. This is not foosball, it's table football. Let's head up to deck 18. This is where I started today's video. Actually turned out to be a very sunny day. Let's head to the back of the ship first. Here is the running track. Down there is the Il Forte beach area. It is very windy up here, so sorry if you cannot hear me very well. But some honorable mentions for some bad cruise ports. It's got to be Southampton, right? Southampton, London. It's like 60 miles away. I think if they advertise a port, they have to get you there. For example, if you say we're going to Rome, you have to get me to Rome. If you don't want to get me to Rome, then you can't advertise the port as Rome. But you can pay $50 to take a bus from Civitivecchia to Rome. I think it's crazy. Anyway, that is what Civitivecchia looks like. And I'm right at the back of the ship on deck 18. Incredible views. Some of the best views you can ever have is from a cruise ship. This is day 4 and I filmed a video every single day this cruise so far. So go back and watch those if you are interested, and hit subscribe if you want to finish the rest of this Mediterranean cruise with me. After today we're going to be halfway. That is where they keep the chocolate milk. Here's the other side to that Il Forte beach. There's another pool down there, exactly the same as the other side. And then below me is table tennis and table football. Absolutely no foosball. They do have musicians out here, by the way. Have seen it in the schedule. I assume it gets cancelled quite often because of the bad weather, but I did not see this before. But here's the running track, and then here is the distance. So 1 lap, 239 meters. So 10 laps will be 2,390 meters. There is that big funnel. Seems like a lot of people decided to stay on the ship today. I assume because most of the people on the ship, they're Italian, so I'm sure they've all been to Rome before. But here is the slides. We can get a better view when we go up there. The Skywalk. Here is shuffleboard. Does anybody actually like playing shuffleboard? Here is the sports area and the sports court. I have seen stuff on the schedule: football, basketball, tennis, volleyball. So if you want to do that, then you definitely can. Again, unfortunately, this time of year, I'm sure some of the events are cancelled because of the weather. So much space out here. I always think if you put a bar somewhere, people will go there. But for example, this area here, there's no bar here, so I don't know how often people come here, but there is the indoor pool, and we are going to go up the Skywalk. I think this is a really good idea, and I think more ships should do this. You can get to the highest point of the ship on the Skywalk, so let's do that. Bit of a warning, it's probably going to be very windy up here, so sorry if you can't hear me. And you just get some of the best views you can ever get. I love cruising, and I would recommend it to anybody. It's such a unique way to travel. There's an overlook to the sports court, and then the other side we can see the slides. We have 2 racer slides there, and then 2 smaller slides down there, and there is the bowl. Very funny view from here, watching people go down the slides. And there is Civitivecchia. Did you know I used to live in Rome? Did you know that? Not sure if you can see the rainbow, but there is a rainbow there. It was pouring with rain this morning. I wasn't sure if I could film this video today, but it's cleared up very nicely. Very, very sunny today. Thank you so much for sticking with me during this tour. I like to do my ship tours this way just because you can't really get a genuine reaction when you do voiceover. So I have no problem with anybody that wants to do voiceover, but I like to give a genuine reaction, walk around the ship myself and speak as I go, because I don't want to film a video today and then do a voiceover in a week's time because you don't get a genuine reaction from it. So that's why I do my ship tours like this. I hope that you enjoy it. And that was the Skywalk. I think it's a very good idea. More open space here, and there is a bar right there. So I'm sure people like to sunbathe out here. A lot of lounges. This bar is called Vasilia Bar. And this is the Vasilia pool area. That sign said this is adults only, 18 plus. And of course there's kids over there, so some people just don't like to follow the rules. Here's another place I've not been before, deck 19. Right at the front of the ship, there is nothing here. I'm sure they put lounges here when the weather's good. They should put a bar here and people will come here. What is wrong with these parents? These kids are having a pillow fight in an adults only area. Some people just don't want to follow the rules. They're above the rules. They paid money, so they're above the rules. Here is the green bar. Here you can get healthy food, wraps and stuff. I don't know who's going on a cruise to eat healthy. You're supposed to eat 8 pieces of cake a day. Well, that's what I do anyway. That was the outdoor decks on deck 18. People have asked me before, Ben, have you ever been recognized when you go on ships? Not that often, only a few times, but I just got recognized by Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Kyle gave me a tip to go into the spa because they have a snow room. I didn't even know that was a thing. And I do know that they have times in the schedule where they do tours of the spa, so I'm going to try and get in there. I can't get in there right now because it's closed, but if I do get in there, then I'm going to put the footage at the end of this video because I would love to see the snow room. Thanks for being a subscriber, Kyle. Nice to meet you. It is now 12 o'clock. That means the buffet is open, so let's head down to deck 8 so I can show you that. It might be crazy busy because it just opened and it's the worst time to go, but I definitely want to show you in this ship tour. And then I'm going to show you my balcony cabin on deck 9. Here on deck 8, passing the Colloseo again, and the buffet is right there. Not too busy, I can show you a little bit here. First of all, you will not get anything at all complimentary apart from water in the buffet unless you have a drinks package, of course. Here is the dessert station. Hello. And of course there is so many different options for pasta. You can have like 4 different pasta dishes. Over here is the meats, vegetables, salad. A lot of seating in the buffet, which is great. You can always find a seat, so many options. And the food is actually very, very good. Some people like to avoid the buffet at all costs, but I don't mind it. One thing I strongly dislike about Costa is there is no knives and forks on the table. You have to pick it up yourself. Here is the bar. Of course, you can purchase drinks, or if you have the drinks package, then this is where you come. Over here, they have meats, they have rice, potatoes, fish, and they always have fresh meat to cut here. There is the salad station, and then here is the drinks. Let me show you. Only water. Only water, only water. Nothing else is complimentary. No juice, no coffees. You can only get juice and coffees complimentary when you go to breakfast. Here is all of that seating area. Never had a problem finding a seat. There's always so many options. You can go outside as well when the weather is good. Something else I really like about this buffet is absolutely nothing is self-serve. They have servers serving you at every single station, which is great because some people just have no manners. But you can see, you cannot grab anything yourself. Everything is behind the glass and everything is served to you, which is great. In the middle is the bread station, and then the other side is exactly the same. So there are 2 sides, desserts, pastas, bread, anything you could ever wish for. And the servers are here serving you as well. Let me show you the dessert station again, just because I've ate way too many because they're so delicious. Look at that. Chocolate, strawberry, mango, anything you want. One cool thing about the buffet is this is how you wash your hands. You just stick your hands in and it's going to automatically wash them for you. Last thing to show you is my cabin. My cabin is 9001. It's right at the front of the ship. I got a big surprise when I boarded because I got a free upgrade. I paid for an interior cabin. I got the cheapest cabin on the entire cruise, but they upgraded me for free to a balcony cabin, which I'm so thankful for. Definitely enjoyed having the balcony because I never have a balcony. So one thing that Costa needs to fix is there's no indication if you're walking forwards or backwards. Sometimes there's subtle signs like a fish swimming forward or something, but Costa doesn't seem to have anything. So sometimes you're walking in the wrong direction. Housekeeping team, hard at work. Be kind to all of the crew, because while you're off having fun, they're working hard to make sure you have a great cruise. I used to work on cruise ships, if you didn't know, and they are working every single day. They will not have a single day off in 5, 6, 7, 8 months contract, so be kind. We're almost there. Sometimes it's a pretty long walk right to the front of the ship, but for my cabin, I don't mind it. Definitely worth it. And here is the very, very front of the ship. All of these are front-facing cabins, and my cabin is 9001. Let me show you. Welcome to my balcony cabin on deck 9 at the front of the ship of the Costa Toscana. I've lived in this cabin for a few days, so I can give you my opinion on it as well. As you enter, here is the very, very big bed. It is 2 smaller beds put together, but it has not been a problem for me so far. It's extremely comfortable. In terms of outlets, there is 1 Euro outlet and 1 USB outlet on this side of the bed. The other side does have a table, but no outlet. Here is a lounger. Yes, I have been lounging on the lounger because I have a lounger, so I might as well lounge. Here is big mirror. The only other outlets I found in this cabin are here. 2 Euro outlets and then 2 USB outlets. There is a hairdryer inside this drawer. Let's head out to the balcony, because I did not pay for this balcony cabin. I got a free upgrade, which was very much appreciated, and it is a huge balcony. There is my view, deck 9 at the front of the ship. I can tell the captain if he's doing a good job or not. Up there is the bridge. That is where they steered the ship from, but this is a very, very, very big balcony. I've definitely been enjoying the balcony because I never, ever, ever get a balcony when I go on cruises. Under the bed there is storage. I put my suitcase under there. Here is Stevie the TV. We have lights above the bed. We have a big mirror here. Here is a big wardrobe with your life jackets. And then this side is your shelves with your safe. And then in the bathroom, it's a very good size bathroom. I'm traveling alone, so all of this is for me. Here is the shower. And that is everything inside my balcony cabin, deck 9, Costa Toscana. And that is the end of my cruise ship tour. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it gave you an insight into this massive ship. It does have its negatives, but it is a beautiful big ship, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed this style of tour. I hate doing voiceover. I have no problem with anybody that do voiceover, but you can't really get a genuine reaction, so this is why I like to do my ship tours like this. I have no idea how long this video is, but I hope that you enjoyed it. I think I covered everything, and thanks for watching until the end. I've filmed a video every single day for this cruise so far. I'm halfway through this cruise. I'm going to be filming every single day after today, so hit subscribe if you want to see the Mediterranean with me, and I'm very, very excited to film more videos. Thanks for watching until the end, and have a great day. Goodbye.